Welcome to this video. I'm Matt Byram and today I'm going to show you what I think is the best new audio interface for creatives, video editors and home music producers. Okay, so the audio interface I'm talking about is the Evo 4 by Evo Audio. And in this video, I'm going to cover its headline tech specs. I'll give you a general product tour. I'll tell you why I think it's the best small audio interface, and we'll discuss whether you should buy it. The Evo 4 has 2 ins and 2 outs. It has 58 dB of mic and line gain range, and this is great for me as I use it to power my Shure SM7B along with a Cloudflyer, which requires a lot of input gain. It also has 48 volts phantom power, and the unit's powered by USB-C, so it doesn't need another power cable. The Evo 4 is a 2-in, 2-out audio interface. That means it has 2 inputs and 2 outputs. The inputs include 2 XLR connectors on the back. So you could hook up 2 mics and record simultaneously. This is obviously great for podcasting or interview situations. You also have an instrument input on the front here. This overrides the mic input number 2 on the back, so you can't use both at the same time. Then for the out, you have 2 outputs on the back, one for the left and one for the right monitors. It's also powered by USB-C, so it runs using your computer's power. I love this as it means you don't need another power cable just for this interface alone. On the top of the device, you have a huge multi-functional wheel. If you press the volume button, this lets you control the output volume of the device's output. It's also pretty cool that if you have the Evo 4 connected to your computer, then you can use your keyboard plus and minus volume buttons to also control the master output. So you can use the big wheel if you want, or you can use your keyboard if you prefer. The wheel can also be used to control the input volumes too. So if you select input 1 or 2, then you can actually use the wheel to change the input volume for that input. This makes it super simple to control the input volumes for either input. You can also easily switch on and off phantom power for either input by choosing the input and then by selecting the 48 volts button. This is great if you have a condenser microphone or if you're using a dynamic mic that requires more drive, like a SM7B connected to a Cloudflyer like I do. Finally, the bit that makes this interface really cool in my eyes is the automatic input volume button. That's the big green button at the bottom left here. If you press the green button, you'll notice it highlights green. Choose the input you want to control and then press the button again and it'll start flashing. What it's doing now is it's listening to the input for that microphone, input 1, and it's trying to set the optimum level so it's as loud as it can get without clipping. This is a really easy way to set the input volume of that input. What I love about the Evo 4 is its simplicity. It's got all the features I need for recording and playing music. It's easy to hook up to the computer because it's got a USB-C cable, and it looks great on my desk too. It's a little magic box of tricks in my eyes. It does everything I need. It's nice to use. It never gives me any problems. It sounds great. It has a good amount of input and output power, and it looks great at the same time. So for me, this is the best small audio interface at the moment. Should you buy it? Well, that all depends. What are your requirements? Do you need 1 to 2 audio inputs? Do you have external speakers that connect using 1/4-inch line jacks? If you do, then there's a ton of options on the market at the moment. I used to have a similar audio interface, which was the Native Instruments Audio 6, and I also know that the Focusrite Scarlett is popular as well. There's also many others on the market. But for me, I like the simplicity, the form factor. I like the way the unit handles audio, and I also like the way it looks on my desk. I'm very happy with this, so if you're interested in a good audio interface and your requirements are similar to mine, then I definitely recommend checking it out. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.